Hey everyone, so in this video we're going to be installing our curtains, and then we're also going to put our overheads over our kitchen and over our bed, which we use for a lot of storage. With the curtain, we sort of really struggled with how to actually install like a curtain rail or something like that. So we ended up doing something that works, and if you're stuck, it definitely works. It's just not the best. If we were to do it again, we would definitely do it a different way. We still don't know how, so if you do know how to install a curtain, put it in the comments to help us if we ever choose to do it again and other people watching. But otherwise, here's a sort of a fairly easy way to get the curtains in.
Alrighty, so I'm just doing our curtains now. We've just had our curtains sewed up. My dad has sewed them up for us, so we picked a block out material, so hoping that we can get rid of a lot of the heat that comes in through the windows. Our insulation in the roof and walls is actually doing a really good job, but the windows are a killer. So what we've done is I've just gone to Bunnings and I've just bought this, you can see here, just flexible curtain rod track. It does come with mounting things, but we found that for us, the mounting things are going to be a little bit far away from the wall for where we want them. So I'm using them where I can, but I'm not going to use them everywhere. We've come up with an alternative solution, which is just a little buffer to take it away from the wall a tiny bit, and we're just going to screw it in. So I'll show you the process as we go, but that's what we've decided to use. We could have used, curtain wire or something a bit easier, but for some reason we just decided to go with this. It's working, so we'll see. So I've already measured it up and cut it. All I did was use a hacksaw and a miter box just to cut the edge straight. I've just measured it to the window and what size that I want. So now I'm going to put on these little end pieces. They stop the curtain hooks from sliding off and falling off the end. So I'm just going to attach one to one end, put my curtain hooks on, and then put it into position, put the other end on. So that's the end there, the stopper that stops everything falling. They just come with a tiny screw and you just screw them into place, so it's nice and simple. Now I will show you one-handedly. These are the sliding hooks that it comes with, and all you do is go to the end, and that's the wrong way because this is the underside of it. One-handed, slide them on. So I don't know how many I'm going to need. Maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 possibly each curtain. Just depends how much support you want and how much gathering, pleats, etc. So for this set I might put on, I don't know, I think I'll start with maybe 14. Go from there, you can always add more in later. So I like odd numbers because it's easier for me to work out where the center is of the curtains when I put them on. Cool. So you can see they just slide. So now I've got my curtain track and I've got all of my hooks on it. I've got my ends so they're not falling off anywhere. It is time to mount it. So I already know where it's going because I already measured the curtain up. And I'm just going to use these little stoppers that I showed you before. I'm just using a 25mm screw because the curtain, the actual hooks can't slide past this, so that's going to stop them anyways. So we're going to get a close up in there. It's difficult, but you can see the little grommet between it just holds it out from the wall a little bit. That way these can slide past.
To use these curtain hooks, when you put your curtains together, you just got to sew this like hook, like this loop stuff into the curtain, and it just gives you these little bits that you can pull out, and then that's what you hook onto the curtain rail that Claire put on.
When I measured the windows, I measured them from outside the bus, so it didn't take into account like the kitchen and everything, so I might actually need to shorten some of them, which I'm sure will make my dad happy. He's already told me I'm done. 14 curtains is enough.
Alright, so I'm just making our overhead cupboards now. We've got this 12mm marine ply that we've already gotten cut to 215 wide. So we've got a few of them. Our overheads are going to be 2,760mm wide, so these are 1,200 each. So we've got two and then I've got to cut one. We then have some 12mm pine that we're just going to put at the front, and then we have another one that will sit slightly above to have a gap. We were originally going to do closed in cupboards, but we thought this might be nicer and sort of keep the bus feeling more open, so we'll see how we go. I'm going to build it all as one big long piece, and then hopefully we can take it into the bus and just mount it all up. I don't know if that's the right call, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I've just cut these small pieces at 11 centimeters. So they're going to sit here like this. We then have some this thin as well that will then run along the top, and that sort of gives us a barrier while having a gap, so it's open but it still holds stuff. I'm just going to glue in here and down here and then pop some nails in. Okay, so these side pieces, we just need to angle them a little bit just because the bus wall is curved. So I've already done it a little bit, but it wasn't enough. So now I'm just cutting a little bit more off the edges. Okay, so surprise, surprise, we made our lives more difficult and now we're having to work around it. We'd originally gotten these brackets to go here, and then our shelf was just going to sit on top of that. Of course, we then had to mount our curtain rails here, so we can't actually put our overheads there anymore. So what we've got is we've actually got the door handle brackets, but it will allow them to sit like that and go sort of around the curtain. So we can put them on these metal bits where the curtains sort of don't go anyway. So it should work fine for us. We've then got these metal brackets that we will put like that. We have to bend them, but it'll work. So like with everything, it hasn't really worked properly how we wanted it to. So we've got these brackets and we've bent them to sort of match the curve of the wall a little bit. Unfortunately, the metal only goes to like here-ish, so we're actually going to have to put new holes in the brackets as well and hope that that's enough to support the wall or the overheads along with these ones. So as you can see from our many holes, we tried a few different things and none of them worked properly because of this stupid curve. But we're getting there. This seems like it's gonna work. So yeah, we're gonna attach them here, and then we're attaching them to the overheads with bolts because we didn't want to screw down into the overheads because that sort of puts the weight against the screws. So if we bolt them in, it should hold them better. Really hard to see under there, but this is those black hoop sort of brackets that we used, and we ended up putting rubber behind the bottom screws to push it out because this wall here is curved like everything in the bus. It wasn't sort of wanting to make the overhead sit up straight, so yeah, we put some rubber behind it to sort of angle it to a better angle.
Alright, so we're back at painting time. Yay! This time it's our overhead cabinet. I shouldn't call it a cabinet, a shelf. Our overhead shelf that we just installed the other day. Now just painting it white to match everything else. Using the same white interior Taubman's paint that we've been using throughout everything. Shelf looks pretty good, so pretty happy.
Alright, so that's it. Super happy with the overheads. As I said about curtains at the start, you know, bit iffy. The overheads are not as deep as we sort of originally planned for them to be. But, you know, if we went any deeper, like, it sort of start coming into your headspace. So, yeah, not really sure about that. But, yeah, they ended up working. So if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share. And until next time, see ya.